How do we think Yusuf Nurkic fits on the Suns? Actually, guys, we're out of time. Make sure you subscribe to The Athletic. Make sure you're getting all
what
the
were the
coverage.
Suns doing, by the way? I no, hold on. I need to talk about the Suns for a second.
I like it.
You
I actually
like it? Have you watched Nurkic for the?
He'll be fine. He'll be
part
fine.
of the last two
He'll be
seasons?
fine. Now he's with good players. Like he'll be fine.
He was with Dame before.
Dame's played like 9 minutes the last 2 years as they've been tanking.
If
and
Nurkic is the same as he's been the last 2 years, they just traded their fourth best player. And I know they didn't like Aiden, and I know there were problems with him and everybody in that organization, or a number of people in that organization. I know they didn't think he was the most serious basketball player of all time. Nurkic has been bad. Nurkic is a downgrade, and they got rid of their fourth best player for a bunch of guys who probably won't help very much. Grayson Allen might be like their fourth or fifth best player, though, which is pretty sad.
You saw their signings. Grayson Allen helps.
Grayson might help.
If he's got to be better than Josh Okogie and like Keita Bates-Diop, like that, like if he's better than those guys, like that helps. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but there's part of me that was like, if Nasir Little, can get a little consistency there, like that's a good pickup. Like that's where their pickups are from this summer. And then Nurk, I think having an adult there, whether he is at his peak, like he's an adult and he's someone that like is fine. And I do think there's consistency there that would help, even though Ayton's more talented at this point, is at a way better point in his career. I do think there's part of me that like believes like just having a guy who's not a malcontent, like clearly didn't want to be there last year, clearly wasn't a part of that. And Nurk I still think is solid enough. Like he just has to be solid enough. It's about like just getting those guys to moments where they can score and take over games.
As someone who watched every assist Nurkic made last year in the last couple days, so
what have you been doing?
Yeah, it's a lot.
Hey, you gotta check out the role game that he can get with Dame. What does the floor look like?
Right.
I gotta say, he can move the ball.
He can move the ball.
He can move the ball, and there's a lot of dudes on that team that might not want to move the ball. He can move the ball,
and those things will both be helpful.
Those are big screens. Helpful.
Yeah,
those are big screens too. He's a big fella. Yeah, I get it, and I don't enjoy giving away good players. I think that's a bad idea, especially good young players that you drafted high. Probably don't do that. But as far as fit, like I can see the idea of. I mean, I hate the idea of addition by subtraction. I think that just means like you're admitting we screwed up. But if you're gonna admit you screwed up, this isn't the worst way out of it, I guess.
Look, over his last 5 years, 14 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists. Now, granted,
you know who else does that? Jonas Valanciunas. You know who else I wouldn't want on my team? Jonas Valanciunas.
What? Oh, buddy, you need to watch more Lithuania pick and rolls. That's gonna now do it for us.
In FIBA. Oh, put him on my
That's gonna do it for us.